Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, and we're still, dear viewers, in this very special event, which is the 52nd session of the Cairo International Book Fair under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, which will take place from the 1st of July till the 15th of July. And of course, human development is defined as the process of enlarging people's freedoms and opportunities and improving their well-being. Human development is about the real freedom ordinary people have to decide who to be, what to do, and how to live. And in this context, dear viewers, we have with us a very special guest, which is Mr. Ayman Ghoneim, who is a writer and intellectual. Mr. Ayman Ghoneim, it's a very good day and a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. Sir, you have come up with a new concept in line with the concepts of human development, which is the concept of human awareness, a science. What is it about, sir?
In fact, here, this is a new science, a new methodology of inspiring the social issues and the lackness that human development lack. So there must be a science to inspire these shortcomings. And those a new vision. This is a new vision of the human awareness that gives them theories and intellectual trends and philosophical criterions to help them how to act, how to do, and how to behave, and they gather them around or under legitimate channels that inspire all the pieces and all the fundamentals of societies, and they have a link between individuals, then the society, then the countries, then the world.
How did you get the idea, sir?
In fact, I myself a specialist in human development, but here when I give lectures concerning it, I find that we only focus on the individuality or the interests that concern individual, nothing more. Pushing them, giving them motivations how to acquire, how to achieve their goals, their own goals. And found that this is a kind of, we impose a kind of competitions between individuals. And everyone has his own skill, everyone has his own channel to go. But the society, suffer from what we call isolationism and what we call they find that every individual has his own way of thinking, and there is no channel gather between them all. So I find a science and a new vision and new methodology to gather them all.
Okay, sir, what is the difference between human development and human awareness?
Yes, human development, as I said before, focus only on the interest that the individual wants, how to do and how to behave, how to be a millionaire, how to be a successful man, forgetting the institutional concept, forgetting the social concept. Even in this way, make the country itself or the state itself in another party and a way of the interest of the individual himself. This what we call create a kind of selfishness. But here, for example, as you know that there is a disagreement. There is what we call a wide gap between the individuals, even in one society. So there must be a science or a vision to gather them all. But what we call the human awareness, giving them the direction, the theories, the trends that they should follow, depending on the legalization, depending on the philosophy vision, religious vision, all the situations are ready to be used. All the forms of thoughts are ready to be used, and a form of theories that you should follow. This is what we call give and inspire all the individuals wants, all the society needs, all the country itself try to spread or to try to send through their messages to the individuals itself.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, how are the goals and significance of this science defined?
Yes, in fact, here, for example, if you imagine life with a certain patterns that should be followed, and it is very difficult for a human sciences to find a specific or a basic that should be followed as a pattern. I myself did it, made these patterns in order to follow, depending on as the philosophy and what we call the, as you know, the philosophy tackle old issues, but I try to crystallize it and modernize the theme of the issues and find good ways how to act, how to behave, how to serve your country, how to serve your society, how to achieve your goals, beside as well as the goals of society, as well as the goals of the country. Then go to the whole world to be one unit.
Okay, sir. What is the extent of the benefit that happens to humanity by activating those foundations and theories?
Yes, the individual find that he's one, he is one of the wheels of the society, and he has his own message, has his own rule towards his own society, not himself. Not, yes, yes, each individual has his own rule, has his own message. He was not created only to achieve his self aims and self hopes and nothing more. That he must do something for his society, for his own family, for the whole world as a whole. That's to say that we encourage individuals to act well, socially, what we call universally even, because as you know that the language, if it is practiced in general and a benefit to benefit from each other and to act to help each other, that we found a good world, a good country, a good society. That's it.
Okay, what is considered as the development of contemporary thought, sir?
Yes, in fact, if you know that all the sciences before and all methodologies that was followed, only to focus only one pattern. I myself here in this science and in this vision and this methodology tackle all the fields of life. Even this is the relation which gather between man and woman, husband and wife. I indulge it in my own science. Even the education.
How did you indulge it, sir?
Indulge it in some theories and in acting as giving them solutions. If something happened, so and so, there is a solution for that. Yes, you can depend on these bases in order to live a happy life. Even in the family itself, even in education itself, the problems of education, I gather it, I give, because every one of us as an individual, a father has his role towards his son and daughters at education, how to behave as the mother, how to behave as the father. This is what was totally neglected in human development, because it depends on the achieving the targets and the goals the individual wants, only nothing more. But here, this is a science that help all the humanity and give them all the information.
How is science related, sir, to the lives of people?
Yes, this science can be just to train and read and follow. Train, read, and follow. Nothing more. You can help yourself by just following the instructions given here. And just giving the steps, the criteria that I followed. That the intellectual trends that I made, the philosophical norms that I do, even the religious vision that we depend on.
Okay, sir, is this science or approach different from the human sciences that have previously appeared, and why?
Yes, it's totally different, because
why is it totally different?
Totally different because it is a constitution of life. Tackle every little bit everyone wants to achieve. Even the problems he is suffering from, there is a solution for it. This is what we call more than 100 norms that should be followed according to the intellectual trends, philosophical, everything, and they explain everything intentionally, and finding all the solutions that you want to put your hand on, and find at ease how to live, how to behave, how to act, even with your own family, with neighbors, with people around you, with towards your country, towards your society. That's what we call public aims, public targets that should be followed.
Okay, what prompted you, sir, to establish this type of science?
Yes, sir. For example, because we find, as I said, isolation and privacy, even the soul of competition within the society, and they are separated from one to another. No one hand. This is everyone has his own thought. Everyone has his own aims. Everyone has his own goals, and there is no there is a big gap and the cracks in the building of society as a whole. So I want to just give solution for that problem. So I intentionally wrote found this science, and inshallah is going to be written for my as a handout from Allah. Inshallah.
Sir, Mr. Ayman Ghoneim, what are your recent books that you wrote?
Yes, I wrote a lot of books in many fields. According to the politics, I say, and policy, I wrote a word to a history, tackling the life as a whole in Egypt before revolution. And also I wrote a play, what we call organization of the noble life. How to follow, how to deal, how to act. This is a play. And I write a novel. This is what we called about my own specific own life. This is Groans Without Sufferings. Groans Without Sufferings. And at last I
About
write...
your life?
Yes, my own life. Yes,
This
tackling all this is as a novel. Autobiography. Here, and I wrote the concept of Islam depending on rationalism. Everyone, even he didn't know anything about Islam, if he read this book, rationalizing, he is going to stick to such principles and such values.
Okay, Mr. Ayman Ghoneim, how do you see this year's 52nd session of the International Cairo Book Fair under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi different from the previous years?
Yes, in fact, here is this, as you know, that this is what we called a great achievements that within this horrible and terrible
the hurdles and
yes,
challenges
coronavirus.
Yes,
But if you see around you, this is what we call a wide step and a golden step for golden future. As you know that the book fair or Cairo Book Fair is a lighthouse for all literature, all knowledge that we seek to find.
Mr. Ayman Ghoneim, as a writer, how do you advise youth and kids and children and grown-ups to read more, to be more intellectual?
In fact, reading, you can. This is what you call a golden step for golden life. If you read more, you will know more. You will know more about all the fields that you want to know, and you will be weaponized by all the information that you need in your specific field and others. And if you read more, you will know all the intellectual trends that you want to seek to.
Mr. Ayman Ghoneim, writer and intellectual, it's always a pleasure to have you with us in every single interview. Thank you so much for joining us today in this very special event that's taking place here in our country, Egypt, where we face all the hurdles and all the challenges that we're facing, of course, the coronavirus pandemic, and we're up to it, and Egypt is standing for it, and of course we're boosting of everything President Fattah al-Sisi is working on.
Yes.
Our economic stability, which is
Yes, it actually happens. Yes, stability in every little bit, economically, socially, politically.
security.
Yes, you can find security and safety in every step you act.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Ayman
you.
Ghoneim,
Thank you very
writer
much.
and
Thank you.
intellectual. Thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
very much
joining
for
us in every single interview.
Thank you
so
very
much,
much.
sir.
This is welcome.
Dear viewers, stay with us. We'll be back again.
Action!